Yeah, so mine was I called it "What If," and you literally had this same exact one. It's funny because we're not sharing notes,
No, we don't.
so it is funny that because we try to surprise each other. So one of my what ifs was pretty much exactly the same as yours. Of you arrive on Earth at the beginning of the Android arc. What do you do to survive? Uh,
Oh, so you already always
and
thought about that. Explains a lot.
Yeah, I literally have like that word for word. And so as you're saying that, I was like, oh, all right, I'll just read it first. It's my second one. Yeah.
All
Uh-huh.
right, so I'm in the Android arc, so I have time. Luckily, during the initial part of this Android arc, not many people get killed. I have to avoid Android 17 and 18.
Yes.
But until Cell happens, there wasn't any major destruction from what I remember because they kind of just went to cities and kind of was bored. So
Yep.
I'm sure I do like your idea of going to Corn's Tower and just try to live there. But if I'm just getting there now, I probably wouldn't be able to get up there,
Yeah,
especially
you
since
have a lot less time.
I also don't have the strength to climb that tower. And it's not like I
That's
have
true.
flying Nimbus or something that I could take to get there. Um, might be able to get there if I
If you
went
get rope
to
and you tie yourself to because it's a ladder, right? It's a
yeah
ladder up.
no
So if
I
you
think it was actually they climbed it or something like climbed the actual pole
Oh,
or
I
something
think
like
you're
that.
right.
This is
Ooh.
back in
Yeah,
Dragon Ball, so
you'd
I
have
don't
to get like
100%
a
remember.
climbing gear
Yeah,
to like be able to
or
rest. Yeah.
we do have flying cars. But I don't think I would have the money to get that. Who cares about money? I'm just gonna take someone's flying car and fly up there.
Dude, for real, that's where I'm at. Take the dragon radar. I'm not
I don't think
asking
I'd be able to
Bulma.
get the Dragon Radio, but multiple people have these flying cars, and I'm looking at how the driver's ed is for when Goku and Piccolo got their driver's license. I think it'd be similar to driving a car in the that we normally have. I just had to figure out how Z works. I think if I could get
Yeah.
that, I'd be fine, because then I could just go
Also,
fly over to Corn's Tower.
yeah, and I just thought about this too as a note on the dragon radar is if the Red Ribbon Army is able to get that from Bulma, I'm pretty sure they do a handful of times. Then I think you could.
Maybe the problem is that now we have Bulma with Vegeta.
Ooh, that's true. What if I give you the same exact scenario that I had then? You have the same
They
exact time
have time
frame,
frame.
everything. Yeah.
I'd probably actually go work for Capsule Corp
Okay.
and start getting in with them and let the kind of give hints. I know a bit more about what's going on than I see, and
The layout, you understand the
start
security.
eventually, hopefully, get over to Bulma and be like, "Hey, Bulma, I know what's gonna happen in the future, and I
You
don't
start
want to
like showing pieces
die."
that are happening as they're happening, you
Yep.
know. Yeah. That's a
I
good
mean,
way to do it. Yeah.
they already had a future Trunks show up and give some future hints.
Yep.
So it wouldn't be
Yep.
that big of a throw for me being like, yeah, I know what's going to happen. I'm not happy about it. I don't want to
Yeah.
die. I need your help.
Yep.
I think that would be a
Yeah.
better chance than anything. I think it wouldn't be that hard to get a job at Capsule Corp, even if it was like Butler.
Yeah. I mean, she's a billionaire,
Yeah.
right? So she'll take sure, come
She
on
owns
over.
one of
You're
the
going to help.
biggest
That's fine.
companies in the world. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. Yeah, that's funny that as you were saying it, I'm like, dude, you're not in my doc. How that's crazy. The sheer coincidence that we had the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like great minds think alike. All right. Here's my other one. This one's gonna be pretty fun. So you land in the Pokemon series and you get to pick the region, the starter that you want, and the legendary that you're gonna chase. What do you want that combination to be?
Actually, I'd want to chase Mewtwo.
Same. You guys should
Mewtwo.
talk to him too.
Yeah, and because of that, I'd probably go with the. I can't remember the different regions of it because I don't really pay enough attention. But the first region, red and
Kanto?
yeah, and I'd probably technically it's a terrible starter, but I would want to go Charmander just because I want my Charizard.
There you go.
It's either that or Squirtle because I do like those two. I'm not a big fan of Bulbasaur. I know a lot of people love Bulbasaur,
Nope. I think
but
Bulbasaur's the worst of the three.
Yeah,
Uh,
I never cared for the aesthetics of Bulbasaur's evolution line. Like I loved
especially Venusaur. Venusaur is just a big
it's just a plant
dinosaur.
that's coming. It's like a bulb, flower, then a bigger flower. It just
Yep.
I never really cared for it. And I don't think it will have that much use for me. Whereas if
Yep.
I had Charizard, I could fly around on Charizard. If I had Blastoise, I could go in the oceans with Blastoise.
Yep.
So
Blast.
I think either. So if I if I wanted to go with the better option in the actual run, I'd probably go Blastoise, the Squirtle route. But personally, my favorite Pokemon is Charmander. It was the first Pokemon I got. I would probably have to go with that one.
Hey, Ash with Pikachu beat Brock, right?
Yeah,
So,
the
you know,
technically in universe rules do not necessarily count for in game rules. That is true.
yeah. Yep.
Like they mentioned
So,
that
I'm sure
there are advantages, but it's not nearly taken as much. Like you don't get one shot as a Pikachu against an Onyx if they throw rocks at you, something like that.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that's a fair enough point. Plus, I got the time in between. I guess from Ratatats. I actually probably want to get Pidgey.
The
Pidgey's always fun.
Rattatas, the Caterpies, the
Yeah.
Pidgeys, just get a army of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Chip away at Onyx. Yeah.
So personally, I it'd be silly as it would be. I wouldn't mind actually being turned into a Pokemon just to see what it was like at that point, and actually be able to communicate with Pokemon.
Well, there you go.
And there's multiple. Like you cannot tell me that can't happen in the Pokemon universe. That even happened in the first game. And there's
With Bill.
multiple different indications of that happening. Even in the mystery dungeons, it usually starts out with you getting turned into a Pokemon. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah, there is
So you pick Kanto, you pick Charmander, and you pick Mewtwo.
Mewtwo. Yeah.
That's literally. I thought about it, and mine would be. I really like Kanto because I'm OG, uh, and I pick Squirtle. I love the water, and then Legendary. I want to chase Arceus.
Oh, you want to go for the God Pokemon? Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, I love Mewtwo, but if I get to pick, I want to change it up. I want to go for Arceus or Dialga.
Fair enough.
Yep. Cool. That was mine. Yeah. Look at that. Great minds think alike. All right. Well, yeah, that is what we had for today's episode. And if you've listened this far, feel free to check us out on YouTube, and we are everywhere, officially everywhere on all the podcast platforms that you can listen to. Check us out, Ongoing Volume, and let us know what segment ideas that you have. What would you have done? How would you survive Dragon Ball Z? What Pokemon combination would you have? And make sure to check out our Discord. We got a lot going on. We're trying to connect it all to get more content out.
We're hoping to get a lot
So
more on Discord so we can actually do some events over there.
yes, that'll be super fun.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get that going. And then, as a friendly reminder, we said this a couple episodes before, but if we get to 1,000 subs on YouTube, I will go do a One Piece section where I go through and review everything. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye bye.